So buying a home is already stressful. In fact, if you've listened to any of our videos before, you likely know it is one of the 3 top most stressful processes that a person will go through in their life. But information can truly be the difference between a process being easy and smooth to something that's super stressful and overwhelming. So today we're going to talk about 5 things I wish I knew before I bought my first house. And of course, I do work in the housing industry. So we're going to talk about the things that I really believe most buyers don't truly understand and that I didn't even have a full grasp on when I first started the process as a buyer myself. But before we jump into those 5 things I wish I knew, please take a second, hit that subscribe button down below, and please remember to hit like and drop a comment with the questions that you wish you had answered before you started the process, or if you haven't bought a house yet, what you'd like to know now so you feel really informed when you do decide to start that process. Okay, fact 1 that I wish I knew before I bought my first home. What actually goes into a mortgage payment? What am I paying every month and who am I paying every month? So we have done a whole video on what goes into your mortgage payment, and you can absolutely click right below to watch that in its entirety. But the basics is that every mortgage payment consists of at least 3 things: your principal and interest, your escrows, which include your taxes, and your insurance. If you have a homeowners association or you're paying mortgage insurance, those are separate items. But what you pay your mortgage servicer each month consists of, again, principal and interest and your escrows, which are your taxes for your property and the insurance you have to protect yourself in the case something happens to your home. Okay, fact 2. That rent can actually be more expensive than your mortgage payment. A mortgage payment, like I said previously, because of the principal and interest calculation, can actually be cheaper because you're financing over 10, 15, 20, 30 years, and you are dividing up the cost of that home and what you still owe after your down payment amongst all of those years. So there is a chance that your mortgage payment could be lower, if not significantly lower, than the rent you're paying now. And that is not me discounting that you do need to find some amount of money, depending on the product and program, to put up for down payment and closing costs. So I understand that at the outset, it can feel more expensive, but that month-to-month payment can be lower than whatever you're currently paying in rent. And as we like to say, whose mortgage would you rather be paying? Yours or your landlord's? Number 3, what goes into your offer and your contingencies, and when should you waive them? When should you keep them? What should you do? Well, this isn't really a mortgage financing question. This is much more of a contract question for your real estate agent. However, it is super important that your mortgage loan officer knows how to best advise you on your area. They need to know your market. You cannot rely on someone who sits behind a computer screen all day and does loans for people all over the country. You need somebody super local who understands what it takes in your market to win. And then they will work with your real estate agent to make sure that together you feel secure in your financing and you know exactly which contingencies you need to keep and which you might be able to waive, when you should do a full inspection or a pre-inspection. All of those little things that make you super competitive in a highly competitive market. The 4th thing I wish I truly understood was the importance of speed. So at Fairway, we say all the time, speed to respond is crucial. And I don't think I really understood what that meant, even working in the housing industry as I was buying my house. Of course, the speed of my lender was important. How quickly could they get me my pre-approval, my get me through the entire home loan process and to that closing table, especially again in such a competitive market. But the other side of speed to respond is us as borrowers. The quicker we do things, the quicker everyone else can do things as well. If we send all of our documentation in right on day one, the quicker they can get our loan from our loan officer to processing, underwriting, and again, and clear to close. So speed is crucial on all fronts. And if your lender can't work quickly and you can't assist them quickly, it might be time to think about a different match. And then number 5, and perhaps the biggest thing I hear always, the idea that you need 20% down to buy a home. That is completely incorrect. We have programs that allow you to put 0% down for those who qualify. For the more general public, a program such as a conventional loan where you can put 3.5% down and feel super comfortable knowing that you are only responsible for that amount of money up front. It makes the whole process far less daunting and makes it feel far more attainable if you're a first-time buyer looking to make that first big step, or if you're a buyer down the road and you just want to keep some of that cash in the bank perhaps. So a good loan officer will be able to, again, walk you through your loan products and programs to make sure that you feel comfortable and secure with the amount of cash you're putting up at the beginning. So don't ever let it become a thing that you feel like you have to have that 20% down. It will be okay, and we will be able to help you figure out what's best for you. Those are the 5 things either I hear really often from buyers or I wish I personally knew before I bought my first house. If you have additional questions, please drop them in the comments or send us a message and we would be happy to address them so you feel educated and empowered. Thank you for tuning in today and really kind of following along with my home buying questions. And please don't forget to hit subscribe and like below and ensure you tune in next week.